Okay, here we go. This is going to be my little quick rundown of the lower arc. This is the fractions section, which for you guys, a lot of people might know about where the fractions is, but it's the section below the numbers. I've done a ton of Pine Creek and numbers laps. So this time I figured I'd go here. I actually never done this section, and today I have my firecracker. So I was dying to do this section. You know what's actually funny? All three of us out here have firecrackers. We have the small, medium, and large. I ran into a couple guys up there that you can see right there. There's Gabe. He's in the medium. Then up there's John. He's in a small, and that's Noelle. She introduced me to these guys. Awesome group of guys. It was funny seeing other people out there in firecrackers. Oh, this is me actually adjusting my seat. So what I did, I moved my seat all the way back, or all the way forward, and what I decided to do, I piled it all the way forward for a little while, and check this out. I am on the side of the river, and I adjusted it. Now check out this tail. It made that tail so much more spicier, and this is what I was going on about the Elite outfitting on how you can do this on-the-fly adjustment. It just made that boat much more sporty and much more capable. Look how that tail's just staying down. And there's a lot of splats out here, everybody. I could actually argue between the fractions and numbers and Slaughterhouse, those might be the two best half slice rivers in entire Colorado. I mean, there is so much to do out here on this fractions. Now, it is a class 3 run, so a lot of people kind of like dismiss this run, but I can tell y'all, I had an absolute blast out there in that firecracker. There's so many 360s and splats and stern stalls. All of these eddy lines are deep, and the level's not that high this time of year, so it's not a super high level, which I kind of like, because you get it so high, all you do is look at the sky the entire time. You don't get to, man, here's another 360. That was actually a split wheel. And the reason it's a split wheel is because I put the bow underwater. See how I went the bow down? Now I'll do another three. I think I'll do a 360 cross bow switch right there. Toss the paddle into a stern stall. How about that? And what I'll do, I'll go over some of these moves here. There are so many splats out here. I know I've said that before. Check out these. Now you notice I wanted to go right there instead of left, because that little gap would have got me. Once again, another quick splat. You can hold these pretty easy. And if you've got a decent splat out there, you'll have a blast on this run. I love these little slot moves too. See this little slot move to attainment? See that little around the world move? We got a lot of those moves around the southeast, and anytime I can get them in other places, always think that's fun. Now, I don't know any of the names here. I know there's some names on this run of some rapids, but I don't know the names of them. I just know that right here, what's this little boof? Got a little boost. A boof to boost.
You get a little boost out of there.
I like it when that happens. When I notice I'm using that left to pull myself around that rock right there. This was a combo I tried. Splat to spin, keep the bow up. I let it drop, but spin right to this one was technically a combo. But yeah, this is a little wave down below. Now there's a little kind of weird ledge hole behind it, so if you guys surf this wave, be careful. Watch when I look back. You don't want to go into that rock right there. I missed a splat. I seen that after I passed it. I hate
even when it's lower out, gets a firecracker. Rip or two hits bottom too much. Yeah. But with this, I feel like, yeah, you're still going to hit in certain spots, but usually I can almost never hit bottom.
Yeah, there's me going on about the firecracker out here on runs like this. Decent little wave under this bridge right here. Actually, I had to cut this short in the edit because I felt I could stay out there forever on this little wave. That's one thing the firecracker does really well also, everybody, is it just kind of like, when you get it in a good front surf like this, I feel like I could surf for days like that right there. It's not the best at flat spins, but as far as like a actual like front surf like that, can easily lock it in. That's something I do. I just like letting go of the paddle, fill in the water. Working on kind of like my weight distribution.
Definitely not Wernered out.
Oh,
No,
now I
it's a very
loaned
flat
out
power,
the
all your
so when
power's
the
right
paddle
here.
that I have
You
here,
don't have to
everybody,
go
is
so
the
deep with the blade.
Arca Works
So
Honey
on
Badger.
shallower runs, it gives you more of your power in like
I'm just
4 to
like,
5 inches.
I'm also just like.
So I loaned out the paddle to these guys, and everybody, I can tell you, everybody that I've let use that Arca Works Honey Badger paddle, they've all come back and they've liked it. I've been using it for about maybe a month to 2 months now, and I absolutely love that paddle. I think it's a really good option for all around play boating, river running, and just having a beast of a paddle. I've really put it like through its paces, pounded on rocks, had it on big water, had it on creeking, and it seems to do everything really well. There's me using a Shogun. I haven't used a Shogun in a while. So this is John's 203. The 203 Shogun's a little better. I'll switch back. Almost get my head taken off right here. Look. Right there. That's what I gave the woof about. I did that stern stall right when he was dropping. I knew I was going to flip right here. Usually if I see a rock that has a little bit of water piling back on it like that, you're probably going to flip upside down. Oh, I think I switched back. Look, I'm using the Shogun again. I just can't get over how well that... Oh, watch me get worked in this little hole. I was going for a blast. Now I'm in a side surf. And I'm like trying to get out. Now I want to get out of this hole. It's a stick. That was a sticky little hole that it was very deceptive looking.
That's a sticky little hole. So I need to fall to the right.
I'm talking about... See that left side? Would you hate to be upside down on that left side? I would have bridged that gap and been stuck in there. That's why I was like, I need to fall to the right if I splat this. Then this, I love these little slot moves like this. Sometimes it gets me in trouble messing around with these little slot moves, but you know what? I'm going to keep doing it. I think it's fun. It right into a stern stall, and that was a deep pocket. That's a deep, that's the middle of the river right now. It's pretty deep through that section. Yeah, once I get that balance point, I can hold that firecracker pretty good. More little eddy lines. Looks like you can kind of boof this. I mean, loop it. Watch this. Plug it. Not vertical enough to plug it and get a loop, but you know what? Try it. I was told this is one of the like more dangerous rapids on this run. Over there on the right apparently is a bad sieve. So if you guys run this, run it left. They were telling me that right there on the right, and I can kind of see it. You see that flake coming up? I would not want to drop down into that flake. That's why I stopped and took a look at it. Everybody was like, stay left. Little whirlpool right here. I'm kind of caught in it.
Nice whirlpool right there.
You can see how the current is kind of like folding on that eddy line, forming a little whirlpool. You see these a lot on different types of rivers. I like getting my tail down in them, especially when I'm in a half slice. Look how, see how it pushed me back upstream? That's what I was talking about. So it actually shoved me back upstream. Little cave over here on the right. I recommend people catch this if you can. It's kind of cool getting up in it. Nothing major. There's no current going in there, and it's not undercut. This is another rapid coming up that I can't remember the name of it, but apparently the line's far left. Over there, there's a bigger hole. I just went right. I should have stern stalled that and spun it around. Then I realized where I was at. I was like, oh. He's telling me about it, high water, how they pretty much got a beat down in that hole between those two. I could see it. Now, this is the top of that play park, that BV play park area. Kind of the first hole. I went for a loop there, but my bow kind of resurfaced. Because I got my seat all the way back now. I think I got it right there. Good enough. Right here's the second wave, so that was kind of top play hole. This is that second wave. I think there's like 5 decent little holes and waves down through here. Sit here and surf this one for a while. He was telling me how bad this next wave is. He's like, this wave sucks. And we both caught it. I thought it was pretty good. At this level, I thought the play wave was pretty good. I felt like I could stay out there forever on that wave. Apparently, this is a wave you'll see tons of, like, the riverboard guys and girls. They'll be out there on this wave just wearing it out for hours and hours. I think we tried to do a cross right here. What's this? Now we're kind of getting a little wild.
We still got it. No way. That's pretty solid. That's pretty good. Look at that duel.
I want to do, like, surf behind them right there, but I didn't get my weight back forward. That's why I pulled off right there. Now's the actual play park. This is where they have the rodeos. I started with a little wing over there. That was kind of like a wing over. You know, the play boating from a head cam looks terrible no matter what you do. Kind of looks chaotic. That's more like almost like a half cartwheel. Very retentive hole. This is one of the better play spots in the entire state, in my opinion. Wow, you can just stay here forever. I think I went to plug it, or I was more testing it out. Now I'll go for a back loop. I think I got it. Well, I landed back in the hole. Line it back up. You can loop this, by the way, even in a firecracker. But if you're in a play boat, like a Rockstar, a Jitsu, Jed, something like that, you can wear this spot out. Now, if you're ever in it and you want to get out, try to do a quick sweep, get over here to this river right side, one big stroke right out of it. This is below this. So this is the next wave down. It's a little manky wave. I didn't really like it that much. You could flat spin. If you had a full slice or a play boat, you could stay out here on this one and really wear it out. The firecracker was not that good here. I think I just ended up getting like a little inverted move. I'm just trying to settle it down. See it bouncing a lot? Right here, I catch my tail, swing it around. Actually rotated back around like an inverted 360. Kind of did it again right there. Now this is probably one of the, now this is bloat. Apparently there was somebody had some trouble on this rapid right here. So it's not to be taken lightly, especially if you get washed over in those rocks. I could see it causing some problems for a beginner. Say you're playing around in a play spot and then you get washed down to this. Could be dangerous. So scout this out if you're going to run this. And I'm talking about beginners that might think, oh, there's nothing below this. It's a play park. Well, that's still a little pushy rapid right there. Here's another one coming up. There's a little small booth over here on the right, kind of like a little water booth, but I would not want to be washed up on that and over in that corner. See that little water booth right there? That's kind of cool. Little slot move, another one of my slot moves. I don't want to touch a rock, cross bow it. That was nice. Just barely grazed that rock. This is the dam, like a low head dam. I wouldn't say it's a low head dam. It's kind of like a diversion dam more than anything. Quick little kind of pivot, stern squirt there. I knew about this, so I'm not that concerned about it. And then another one right here. You can eddy work this. Want to kind of ferry over. I'm just kind of, what I'm doing, the reason I'm catching these eddies also is to scout it, look downstream. You want to run it on this right side. You could probably run it far left if you wanted to. Little hole to punch right here. I would not want to be upside down, everybody. That wouldn't be fun. Couple more little rapids down here. Nothing major. Pass by some houses, and it's the takeout. This takeout is like a raft company of some sort, and you got to pay to park there. Really fun run. I recommend it. Takes about 2 to 3 hours in a play boat. Had a good time. So yeah, there it is, everybody. And I will see y'all in the next video.
That sounds about right.